Okay, it's Monday, February 23rd, and glad to have George back. He took some well deserved time off last week, but if you're a ChartCast member, you will notice that every single day in the morning he did put some levels out there for us, and a lot of them hit. I think we probably should have done a review of that first, but we're not really prepped for that. We're just going to talk about today.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should probably go back and do that, actually.
Yeah, maybe we
Not
can.
today,
Yeah, maybe
but
we'll do
yeah.
that later. And kudos to the wife for letting you do that. We all appreciate it.
Yeah, I stuck to my 1 hour promise.
There you go.
I don't think I went over my 1 hour. Plus the time zone, we were in the Mountain Standard Time, so
Nice.
that worked out okay. I was already up pretty early, so all right.
Okay, I got George. I
It's
got
gonna
your
be
chart up. So yeah, we got to make this quick. We got another meeting right after this for the elite members. So take it away.
Yep, it'll be a quick one today. There's not a whole lot that's actually going to be discussed just because of the market movement, but you can kind of see the. I'm not even going to like zoom in on the charts today. In fact, just because you can see the similarities that are just they coincided quite well with each other. The only thing that was of difference, and it's interesting, just the way that the different markets do tend to give out little bits of information that the other one may not. But if you look over here at the ES in the pre-market, they had given a downward scenario that we had charted out for everybody. And again, this was talking like 7:20 in the morning, so a couple hours before the market opened. But it had already given downside targets of which it had gotten to the second target of that scenario. And then we had started here around 9:20, so up here. And that was really the initial conversation was that the market already had a scenario in the pre-market. We closed back above the decision point, so clearly they don't have any immediate need to go back down. So our focus was primarily on how much further up can they take this thing, and they gave it in just again slightly different ways on each market. The ES gave it here as a decision point. It had to break. It needed to break 69.31, and then again consolidate above it if it was going to go up any further. And it really wasn't going to go up a whole lot more, even if it did. There was a pretty big resistance point sitting up here at 69.45. But either way, it never got above the 69.31. And I, for one, took it short just because, again, it's a major point in the market that needed to actually happen. And then really, they didn't give anything else on the ES for the day short of this little has to hold zone that came up. And again, has to hold means two things. One, it doesn't have to go there. And B, it doesn't mean it has to hold. It just means that it has to hold in order for the market to stop. And if it doesn't, obviously you get your indication as to where we're going next. And that's really the point. But it did bounce a couple times, here at 10:30 and then again at 10:40. It shot up a little bit, but plenty of time to have gotten out of your trade. Certainly, if you were in anything long, shouldn't have hurt you at all. And then after that, it just sunk. Got back below the next decision point here, and then that's where the correlation sort of switches over. If you look over at the NQ, ES gave no downside targets, none today, which other than the pre-market. So interestingly, we were trying to follow it from a timing perspective based on what the NQ was actually putting out there. And the NQ had a hurdle first thing in the morning up here at looks like 25,000. I think it was 39 was the actual number.
To the tick, pretty much.
To the tick. I mean, I'm still blown away when the NQ hits to the tick. I don't think I'm ever going to get over that. When it does it, and we called out ahead of time and it goes there, it just cracks me up. But same thing, I just took it short on the NQ, and it got through its decision point in pretty short order. That's a 5-minute candle right here. So in about 10 minutes time from having hit the hurdle, so here at 9:45, it went through the decision, closed below it, not by much, but then it did give us a second chance for anybody who didn't get there. We had called this out in the room. I just gave a verbal call out at 9:27 right here. The number, not the time. I said it's going to be an option here that you have. Really was two options at that point. Anybody who took the hurdle long from the downside, I told them, like, look, you got to take profit at the decision point, and you must absolutely take profit at the 927 because the 927 happens to also be the aggressive attempt to continue in the downward direction. So I, for one, was shorting from up high. So I simply added into my position at 927 and just took it further down. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, target, target, target. Broke through the big picture, has to hold. And this one, as always, is a big deal because it's not about does it break it, or does it touch it and bounce. It's really about what happens later. And you can see, like, if you just scroll over to the side, this is what I expect big picture has to holds to kind of look like, is up and down and up and down and up and down. It has to think about it for a while before it makes the ultimate determination. But yeah, we called this one out here at the end, the rubber band. This was perfect. So counter trend off of here, back to previous targets. I mean, it was really a pretty simple day. You didn't have to overtrade it much at all.
It was only 100 points right there. Oh, wait a minute. You just said 100 points on an NQ rubber band. That's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was out of contracts. I'm not sure what you did, but I was out of contracts by the time we got to first target on the NQ. I had completely exhausted myself. And then I got in long here, and I only took it back to the rubber band. So even that trade, that was what, 673 back to 6 or 725. So, another 50 points right there, just between rubber band and rubber band trades.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it was a very, very good day in the sense of like the movement. It just kind of went to exactly what we called out.
Good to have you back, and we'll see all of you traders tomorrow in the room. As always, 7-day free trial is in the link below, and we have a free course. It goes into more details with everything you just heard George saying. So feel free to take advantage.
And you put that.
It's in the.
That's in the description field.
Yeah, there's a description down below. It should be there.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, go in there and watch that, guys. You kind of see what we're talking about with these bubbles and lines, and basically how do we trade them. So.
Sounds good. Thanks, George.
See you later.